Last question about B.B. King. Waylon was talking. Overheard him talking to you about B.B. King and how he was really envious that you'd gotten B.B. together for this show. And what kind of sparked your mind to do that?
Well, I'm a fan, first of all, and I really had never thought it would be possible to be on a show with B.B. King because I always had him up on such a high pedestal that I never thought I would be in that position to be on a show. One night I was in the Exit Inn in Nashville, and Waylon, myself, and Jesse and Connie and all of us were there, and B.B. was playing, and he and I met that night and became friends, and he does a song of my nightlife, and so now we've been on tour with each other the last several days, and every night I've got to go out on the stage and play nightlife with B.B. King, and I'm in like a dream world, because every guitar player in the world, or a blues picker or singer or what have you, is going to be real envious of me up there playing guitar. I know Jody Payne and Grady Martin, who are in my band, you know, they're having the same thrill because here's B.B. King.
I co-wrote Wanted Man with Bob Dylan.
Did you?
Yes.
Can you talk about that experience a little bit?
Well, it was Bob's idea. He had the idea in about 4 lines, and we were in my living room when he came down to do Nashville Skyline album, and we wrote the song in just a few minutes there in my living room. As I say, it was his idea. He would have probably written it without me, but as it turned out, we co-wrote it.
And you also wrote the liner notes for Nashville Skyline.
Yeah, he asked me to write the liner notes for that. And the title for the album came about in a strange way. We were driving to Nashville together from my house, and we were about 5 miles out of Nashville. And he asked me, he said, I don't know what I'm going to call this album. He was almost finished with it. And we topped the hill, and there's Nashville Skyline. I said, how about that for a title? Nashville Skyline. He said, that's what we'll call it.
Okay, the first time I ever saw Johnny Cash, I was in the Army. I had gone to Nashville on leave, and in fact, I was in uniform. Mary John Wilkin took me down on the Saturday night to see the Opry, and he was backstage there, and he was the most exciting-looking performer I guess I'd ever seen. He looked real dangerous at the time, about 100 pounds lighter than he is now, and he looked like a driven, tortured killer of an artist. He looked almost like, you know, like Hank Williams or something up there. And I told Mary John, I said, that's one guy I have to meet. I always wanted to stay in the background up to that point, but I forced myself out and shook Johnny Cash's hand, and it probably had a lot to do with me going back to Nashville, because I was in heaven there, you know, backstage at the Opry with all the artists that I've been listening to forever.
Let's go back to some of the little earlier times, back a few years, the Luckenbach days. Do you still visit Luckenbach, first off?
I've never been to Luckenbach, Texas in my life. I thought maybe I may have gone through there one time, but and funnier than that, the guy who wrote Luckenbach, Texas, never been there either one of them. And I know some people from there, but you know, I've never been there. You know, that's good. Almost sound like a sacrilege, don't it?